guys, so in today's video I wanted to take you through how to build and grow an automated cleaning business. This is something that a lot of people who get into the industry love the idea of, and it is definitely achievable. In my own cleaning business, I work about 2 hours a week. I have a team running the business for me. So really, the way I see it is that there are three main areas that you need to get right to get to that position where you essentially have an automated cleaning business. So the three areas are marketing, recruitment, and operations. So we'll go through each of those one by one. So firstly, on the marketing side, we need to have consistency in our marketing. This is a key pillar in terms of being able to build an automated cleaning business. So when I talk about consistency in marketing, we need to know, as the business owner, on average, how many leads, how many new client leads we're getting each week, how many we're getting each month, which marketing channels are generating those leads. Are they coming from Google Ads? Are they coming from Facebook? Are they coming from Bark, Angie's List? What channels are generating those leads? And we need to get to the position where we are pretty sure that we are generating a set number of leads each week. We need to see that consistency, and with that consistency, that gives us the ability to increase our lead volume or reduce our lead volume, and this gives us a huge amount of control. And this control element is really important when you're looking to build an automated cleaning business, because as the business owner, one of the key things you need to be doing is running your key performance indicators every week and every month. And if you're looking to grow your business, there will be times when you need to get more client leads in because maybe you've got more cleaners with availability. And other cases, maybe your cleaner calendars are full, so you reduce the number of leads because you do not simply have that availability to book those new clients in the calendar. So consistency around marketing is really important. To get to that position is difficult because what you may find is that if you are putting money into, say, Google Ads for a month, you may get say 20 leads. The next month, for exactly the same ad spend, you may get 30 leads. The month after that, it may come down to 15 leads. And there are obviously lots of different things that are happening. But really, what you want to try and do is find a handful of marketing channels where you are getting a consistent lead volume. And once you get to that position, as I said, you have a huge amount of control, and that is one of the key pillars in terms of building an automated cleaning business. Point two is about recruitment. So it's a very similar thing with client marketing. In recruitment, we need to be sure, as we are growing our cleaning business, that we have consistency around recruitment. So it's exactly the same idea. We need to have a good idea that every week we are going to be generating a certain volume of cleaner applications. A certain number of those will be converting to interviews, and a certain number of those will be offered jobs, and and a certain percentage will actually become cleaners of our business and start working. So again, it's the same idea. We need to find a certain number of recruitment channels. They're often cleaner recruitment websites. Indeed is the main one, but there are lots of different other online websites that you can look into as well. So we need to get to that position where we get to that consistent level, because again, that gives us control around recruitment. If we need to get more cleaners in, for example, because we're getting such high client volume, then we may look to increase our recruitment spend on a platform like Indeed. And exactly the same way, if we have lots of cleaner availability at the moment and we don't need to bring any more, we may reduce our recruitment spend. So as you can see, points 1 and 2 are very, very closely linked. Ultimately, building a cleaning business is about growing your client base, and it's about growing your cleaner base. Those two obviously need to go hand in hand. To grow a cleaning business, you need to have controls over both your client marketing and cleaner recruitment. You need to be able to increase your client lead volume when you need to. You need to be able to increase your recruitment, your cleaner recruitment volume when you need to as well. So those two pillars are really, really critical in terms of being able to get to the position where you, as the business owner, can step away from the day-to-day running of the business and effectively have a passive business that is run by someone else and doesn't require a lot of your time. So that brings us on to point 3. So once you have marketing and once you have recruitment running consistently and you have control around that, that's when you look to bring in someone into your business to help with running day-to-day operations. And this is when people look at virtual assistants. That is when they look at office managers, and really there's a few key steps involved here. So when you, as the business owner, are running your company, there is likely to be a lot of these processes going on in your head. So let's say a client calls in with a complaint. Okay, how do we deal with this? Well, we give them money off. We give them, apologize for what's happened. We follow up with the cleaner about these complaints, get back to the client. There will be a step-by-step process in your brain about how you deal with every single issue that comes into your business. So the first step in terms of how you bring in a VA or an office manager to hand over those day-to-day operations is actually getting what's inside your head down onto paper, or an online document, a Google Doc, for example. So for a given week, what we need to do is you need to list all the items, all the tasks that you do every single day. So we don't need to go into the granularity about I sent an email to this client regarding this issue, but what we're trying to do is get to the position where we have a long list of tasks and we're able to group them. So some of those groups may be responding to new client leads. Some of those groups may be following up with new recurring clients to check they're happy. Another group may be chasing outstanding payments. On the recruitment side, it could be interviewing people who've just applied to our business. It could be sending job offers out. It could be dealing with cleaners who are late or no showing to jobs. So the idea is that we want to look at our entire week and we want to group these into tasks, and each of those individual tasks should ideally have a small bullet point list or a step-by-step about how you go about that task. So as I said earlier, a client calls in with a complaint. What is the step-by-step task? It is, first of all, it could be, okay, thank you, client, for calling us and bringing this into our attention. We will follow up with your cleaner and get back to you. So that's the first step. Second step is call the client back, and if the cleaner agrees, we go down this way. If the cleaner disagrees, we go down a different route. Do we offer them money back, or do we offer to come back and re-clean for them? So there will be a step-by-step for all the tasks in your business. If there isn't a clear step-by-step process for those tasks, then this process actually helps us because it shows you which things we need to get consistent about. So creating this process document is a huge part of bringing a VA or an office manager into your business. So once that you have got to that position, you've got a long list of tasks, you've got those tasks grouped into those certain categories, you then want to think about which are the relatively low risk tasks and which are the higher risk tasks. So when I talk about the risk levels, I'm saying if we got someone to perform this task and they didn't complete it correctly, what would be the impact in the business? What would be the financial impact in the business? So a low task may be something like, we have some clients that are still to pay for their cleans. We need someone to call them up and just ask them for their card details or ask them for when payment will be due. That's a relatively low risk task. A higher risk would be one of our top clients is calling in with a complaint. So obviously in that second example, if that complaint isn't dealt with properly, we run the risk of losing that client, and that'll be a big financial impact. So we have our process document in place. When we bring in a virtual assistant into our business, we want to get them started on some of these lower value tasks. We want to gradually bring them into the business, do the lower value tasks. If they're doing those well, then migrate them onto the medium risk task and then the high risk tasks. And as you can see, what will happen is you as the business owner are doing all the tasks to begin with. But as the VA who you bring in does the lower value tasks, it frees up some more of your time. Maybe you're not spending 8 hours or 10 hours a day on your business, but maybe you have 2 hours a day that have been freed up by this VA. Obviously, the more the VA can do, the more of these tasks they can do, the more of your time will get freed up. And eventually, at that stage, when your VA is doing a sufficiently good job, they can do all your tasks. That is the point that you can completely remove yourself away from your business. And that's the position I'm in today. I spend about 2 hours a week on my business, and that is really to run the KPIs, make sure that the financial metrics of the business are moving in the right direction, things like revenue growth, things like recurring client growth, those sorts of things. And then once you are at that position when you are completely removed from the day-to-day operations, you as the business owner, your main role will be then checking and updating your KPIs and speaking to your office managers for us on a weekly basis to check that everything is moving in the right direction. And at that point, really, that is when you could say you have an automated cleaning business. The business grows and operates really without your time or input. The reality is you will always need to spend at least maybe an hour on your business every week to make sure that the business is growing and performing in the direction you want to. If you completely stepped away, there will inevitably be problems and things that come up that your VAs can't deal with and that you as the business owner need to make the call on. But effectively, running a business 2 hours a week is effectively an automated cleaning business, a passive cleaning business. So I hope this video has been helpful. Do let me know if you've got any questions in the comments below. And a final request, if you liked what you've listened to and like to be notified of future videos, please click the subscribe button, and that'd be a great help for me. Have a great day and see you on the next one.